Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah, we got 'em, yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange bottle, single bottle, never stop it. To the beast and know them. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly.
What's up, everybody? This is Ted Karras for the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cincy Hat, and you're watching Bengals and Brews.
Fact. Go ahead.
Welcome to Bengals and Brews. I am your host, Greg Luther, for the day, with my co-host, Dale Altman and Pork Chop. How are y'all doing today?
That's true. I am Pork Chop. You are Dale. And Greg, thank you for the introduction.
Dale told me I was leading off today, although I was out in the sun all day. So how are y'all doing this fine afternoon?
I'm doing pretty good, but I just woke up. And I just found out, you were telling me, Greg, that Geno Atkins is now on the Ring of Honor list.
No, he's not on the Ring of Honor. And
Who things that are not before the show.
Two things that are not right now: Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart aren't signed, and so nothing big Bengals wise. So we were looking for a topic today, and I said, well, let's talk about the Ring of Honor. So for those of you who don't know, there's 9 Ring of Honor candidates this year. 9 candidates, and here's the list. Not particular order or anything, but
do it in alphabetical order, though, Greg.
What?
Do it in alphabetical order.
Oh, shush. All right, I can do it in alphabetical order. Here are our list of candidates we have right now. But first, before we get started, let's take this time and recognize 2 great sponsors of the show. Ooh. The Chop Shop, sponsored by Pork Chop, who does a very amazing job with everything, who is trying to clear out my bank account every day of my life. You get me to go broke over everything because every day he comes out with something awesome.
I jerked the guy off the other day, so settle down over there.
Yeah, and on top of that, why you think about what shirt to get, you think about that heading over to Midwest Best Barbecue, a proud sponsor of this show, who, by the way, they don't have barbecue sauce being sold right now because they're in the midst right now of trying to get a new sauce. No, they're not changing the formula. They're just trying to get a new bottle manufacturers. So hopefully that all works out soon.
Yeah.
But anyway,
the fact of the matter is at Midwest Best, it's like no shoes, no shirt, no service. So you're going to need a shirt to go in there anyway. You might as well get one from the Chop Shop.
Exactly.
You can also get shoes from the Chop Shop.
Yes.
Well, you can.
Whoa. You get shoes?
Rocky Bengal has shoes from the Chop Shop.
That's right. So, and you know what? When you wear a shirt in there, you're going to be the coolest person in the entire world if you wear a Chop Shop shirt.
And you're like,
everybody's going to look at you
almost guaranteed to get laid. Almost guaranteed.
Absolutely. So
we're doing the intro, Yosh. We're not talking in the middle of the intro. Now you're making me talk in the middle of the intro. Not being ignored. I did just who did everybody?
Who did everybody in the chat? Yeah. Yes. So today, as we were talking, like I said, I was told to do this very last second. Dale said he was joking, but I said, Dale, I will run this off. So we will start off reading all the nominees first. Here we go. So our first nominee, Jim Breach, the all-time Bengals points leader in Bengals history. I mean, Breach, how can you go wrong with Breach? He's a kicker. He was reliable, something we don't have right now, Money Mac, right, guys?
I mean, last year, no. Hopefully Money Mac will be back to it this year. But, yeah, Jim Breach, he's definitely a guy who and he's done a lot of good things, too. That's the thing. It's like, this is for players on the field, but then you get into, like, Lapham where he's Mr. Bengal. Jim Breach is another guy who's done a lot of off-field stuff. He stayed around the Bengals. He's at all these events. So seems like a grade A person as well and like an ambassador for the Bengals. So I think and honestly, man, like I don't have a vote this year, but, I don't think you can go wrong with any of these 9. I want to say that, preface it and say that right off the bat. But we'll just, try to give a little bit about each one. So like Jim Breach, being an all-time points leader, was damn near consistent. Might have been a kicker that won the Super Bowl had we could have hung on and won that game that year.
All-time field goal percentage, 71.5, which is pretty legit. I mean, like I say, you cannot go wrong with Jim Breach. And like Dale said, all the off-field work he's done, I mean, he's incredible. He still lives here to this day in Cincinnati. So
he pays to go to the games, too. He pays to go to the game.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Should I move on to the next?
And also, if Jim Breach was on our team last year, we go to the playoff.
Yeah, that is
Might get a
true.
bad last
So
year.
our
Jim
next
Breach-
one on the list, who is well nationwidely known, Chris Collinsworth. Look, here's the thing with Chris Collinsworth. He was a 2-time Pro Bowler for us. He was here with us from 80 to 88. He was on both Super Bowl teams. You know, like I say, 2-time Pro Bowler. And talking to my boss, Rob, he was that person who was not afraid to go up the middle. He would make these big catches up the middle and just take hits to the stomach. So he was a hell of a receiver for us. But the thing of it is he more known for the Bengals or more known as a broadcaster?
broadcaster or bank.
Yeah, I would say
Hates the
broadcast
Bengals.
and creator of PFF. You know, that's
There you
Right. Yeah, I mean, no, yeah. But is he a Bengals? See, that's where I go back and forth. We're talking about just a contributor to the Bengals in general. I just don't.
I agree with you, Greg. I feel like
now here's a guy
because
you got to get one of those in there, Chop.
No, he's wait, 3-time Pro Bowler,
Here's a guy.
3-time second
Oh, yeah.
team All Pro. So, like I say, he made the Pro Bowl 3 times for us. It's not like he didn't do anything here. I'm just saying, is he I think he's more known what he was as a broadcaster, and like you said, Dale, the creator of PFF. That's all.
What do
I'm
you think,
saying.
Chop? You were saying something there, Chop.
I was just saying, like, I do believe that he's known more for his Monday Night Football or whatever, or Sunday Night Football, because I mean, as far as Bengals, like, a lot of people think he hates the Bengals, but I think that he just overly doesn't love the Bengals publicly on TV, which is weird to me, because I think just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you can't have a favorite team. Everybody else.
He had 4 times. He had 4 1,000 yards receiving seasons. I mean, that is awesome. Like I say, he's done a lot. Look, if the Ring of Honor came out in 2000, whatever, he'd already be in by now. All these guys would have been in by now. What? I think we can all agree with that.
I tell you though, man, in any of these Ring of Honors come up, I don't never hear anybody going, "I'm voting for Chris Collinsworth."
No, I think I know one guy.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. Like, he did play good for the Bengals. I think that probably his TV career might overshadow his Bengals career a little bit, because that's what he's more known for.
Well,
At least nationally.
I went out of the way alphabetically. I skipped a person, and this person definitely does not deserve to be skipped at all or anything. So, this is where me and my boss Rob would just have at it with each other. Who the better running back
Like
was?
that?
I've always said Corey Dillon. He would always say the one right here, James Brooks, and I don't blame him. 4-time Pro Bowler, NFL kickoff return leader, Cincinnati Bengals 40th anniversary team. I mean, he was a big contributor in the Super Bowl era. I mean, James Brooks, great blocking receiver. He was like the ultimate Giovanni Bernard. He was a great blocker. They will all, Chris Collinsworth, Eddie Brown will all say he was the best receiver on the team at the time at running overall as a running back. So,
Well,
I mean, Brooks is not getting enough love. I feel like, I'm like, me and Cincy James, we agreed on the 2 other candidates. I'll get to it here in a second, but James Brooks is easily well deserving on this list. What do you guys think?
I think your buddy Rob is right. He's the best running back on the list now. Not last year he wasn't.
Not last year, Rob.
Not last year, Rob. This, I usually get it wrong with Rob, but fuck off, Rob.
No, we love you.
Corey
Rob.
Dillon
We love you.
was the best
What do you
running
think,
back in
Dale?
Bengals history. And then Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, maybe.
No, I would go Cedric. Brian Leonard is the other one.
Oh, yeah.
But Dale,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Penny Irons, bro.
I mean, James Brooks, man, seems like a beast. Obviously it's a little before my time, like a lot of these guys. So you only read about like their accolades and stuff. It's not like I was watching them every week, which is
Right.
another reason it's like, I was try to trend toward maybe some of the older guys, or unless you were just so special. And that's kind of even going back to like Collinsworth, the last one. I don't think he was special enough that it's like, oh, that guy has to be in there, right now. 3 Pro Bowls, man, that's nothing to just brush to the side. But at the same point in time, it's nothing spectacular. Like, oh my gosh, this guy, like Corey Dillon, being the all-time leading rusher here, which above James Brooks, I kind of put James Brooks, in that tier below. And it's not saying, hey, he don't deserve to be in there. He was fantastic when he was here. He was a do-it-all running back, one of the better all-purpose backs there is. But it's just, I don't know, man. I just think there's probably some more deserving guys, especially guys that are maybe a little older too, and have stayed around the team even for some people like Lapham,
Right, exactly.
I
Like
mean,
I say,
there,
James
there
Brooks.
is a debate amongst the fans between Corey and James Brooks, to be honest.
No, there is a debate, and like I say, I go with Corey just because I grew up on Corey. That's all. Like Rob, he grew up with James Brooks, so him and I still go at
They
each
grew
other.
up together?
What?
James Brooks from Cincinnati?
No, he's not from Cincinnati. James
Where
Brooks.
did Rob grow up at?
Rob grew up in the 80s. He was born in the 80s.
Oh, in the 80s.
There you go.
Like in the same era. I thought you were saying that your boss Rob grew up with James Brooks.
No, he grew up watching James Brooks.
Oh, all right. I got you.
No, it's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Sorry about that.
No. Should I move on to the next one?
Yeah, sure.
David Fulcher, best safety of all time in Bengals history. Oh, we'd love to have him right now in his prime. I can tell you guys that. I mean, 3-time Pro Bowler, first team All Pro, and from my understanding, if they would have won that Super Bowl, he would have been the MVP, I believe, of that. I mean, Fulcher was just, oh my gosh. I think Tim Krumrie was a big leader on the defense. I think he was the biggest leader on that defense right there with David Fulcher. Just, 3-time Pro Bowler, first team All Pro in 89, second team All Pro in 90, Bengals 40th and 50th anniversary teams. Fulcher, and he stayed here in Cincinnati, and, he did a lot for the community off the field. He's still here to this day. That's another one that he will eventually get in, but it's like, some of these other older guys should be getting in first, I feel. But David Fulcher, you can absolutely not go wrong with.
Everything I've heard.
Isn't there a Bengal safety in the Hall of Fame?
No.
It's
Ken
Riley.
Ken Riley was a corner.
Why the fuck did I think he was safety? I'll be damned.
But yeah, here's one. I definitely everything I've heard about Fulcher, he's a freaking beast, and he'd smack the hell out of you. Like, he played that position almost like some of these guys that the Seahawks had with the Legion of Boom and stuff that would come down and smack you in the mouth. Everything I've heard about Fulcher is he was like one of the OGs at the safety position that played the game like that. Almost linebacker size, but with great speed and just great instincts, and would come down and smack you. I think a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people that vote for Fulcher, and I think it's once again, he sounds like an awesome dude that stays around Cincinnati, stays around the Bengals. Hell, I've ran into him, at a game and talked to him for a couple minutes. He's just always around. So,
super nice guy. Always attends a bunch of charity events. I've seen him at a couple of events, like, where he's like, selling autographs for, like, his charity and all that. Just a super nice person in general, Fulcher is. It's very similar to how Jim Breach was described, Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to mention this one before we go to the next one. Just Bob Johnson. I didn't know what you have about him, but AWMS here makes a good case that he should be on the ballot. He's not even on the ballot, and the 54 is the only number officially retired by the organization. First Bengals draft pick, played from 68 to 79, so the longevity there, long career. I believe he was a center, correct? Am I wrong on that?
Yes, I believe he was too. This is where I need my Bengals encyclopedia, Tom, who sometimes is commenting. He said, Tom, if you're here, I could really use your help right now with some of this. But yes, he was a great center for the Bengals, I believe Bob Johnson was. Yeah, like I say, that's another one.
I would like to know the process of finding out who is going to be on the thing. I kind of feel like when we vote on the Ring of Honor, you vote for the two. And then you, after that, maybe write in one name of a Bengal player that you want on the Ring of Honor, right? To get names.
Yeah,
the Bengals are the ones getting the names.
They say they're going to change it next year. We don't know how they're going to change it, but then it wasn't a report out saying, hey, we're going to make some changes for next year. We don't know what it's going to be.
Who knows what it is? But like the Bengals.
It could be going down to one player, you know what I mean?
Oh, God.
When we were talking to Carl Pickens the other day is what got me thinking about this, because I don't know how the Bengals pick who they put up for the Ring of Honor. What's the qualifiers that they're the ones that they're going to present those to us and say, here's who you're voting for. I don't know what that process is, but I was thinking about Carl, how he left Cincinnati, and I'm like, I don't know if the Bengals will put him on the list even, because he kind of just left on his contract.
Yeah, but then again, we never thought Corey Dillon was even going to get in or anything. Yeah, I personally never thought it was going to happen. Look what happened. We heavily campaign. I think we should do the same for Carl. Carl deserves to be in the Ring of Honor.
Well, the difference was Corey was on the list. Campaigning to get him on the list is different. We were talking to the fans. Now you're trying to talk to the Bengals. And guess what, man? They're fucking hard of hearing.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, I'm willing to take on the process with Carl.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Now the next one on the list is when me and Cincy James, because I'm with him on a season ticket. This is one of the players we voted for, Dave Lapham. I mean, with the Bengals 74-83, I remember talking when we had Tom on here. So Dave Lapham played every single position. He could play left tackle, right tackle, both guard spots in the center, you name it. The reason why he didn't ever made a Pro Bowl was, from what Tom told me, is because he never committed to one position. But that's how good Lapham was. He could play every position when you needed him to. You know, he was with us from 74 to 83, and after that, he's been the Bengals TV person ever since he retired from like 84 till now. Great. So Lap, but we all talk. Dale, you brought this up way a long time ago. Lap should have automatically got in as like a special nominee from what he did off the field. That's exactly. He shouldn't even be on the spout because he should have already been in as an honor. You get what I'm saying?
An honorary. Just
right.
So is Munoz and Paul Brown. You know, they just put them two in.
Yeah.
I feel like Lap should have his own thing as Mr. Bengal because it is hard because, you know, you can say, yeah, he played all those 5 spots and that's why I didn't make pro. But at the end of the day, you know, those accolades and stuff do matter when you're voting for Hall of Fames or Ring of Honors and things like that. So for him never to have a Pro Bowl, it's hard to put him in over guys that had 3, 4, 5 Pro Bowls. You know what I mean? But we know that he means more to the organization than just what he did on the field. So as far as Lapham goes, I feel like, you know, he should have been in with a special ceremony, something they could have done. It didn't have to be the same game. Like you're allowed to do this stuff more than just one time a year, Bengals. You know, you could have a special ceremony for a guy and recognize all they've given to the organization, not just on the field, but as a commentator, as you know, hyping the organization, always, you know, advocating for this organization in general when a lot of people shit on it. And a lot of times rightfully so. You got a guy like Glapp, though, that's played the game and, you know, welcomes in new players and always, you know, tries to talk positively about the front office. And
yes,
I don't know, just to me, he's Mr. Bengal and should have had his own thing. But it does make it hard to compare him to the other guys on this list that have more accolades for on the field.
Right.
It's
I
tough.
think you have to, I don't know. I was going to say like you have to take out that kind of stuff, but I don't know, man. I think it's just a vote like as a Bengal altogether. It's like a fan vote, like a fan popularity vote. So I guess the media stuff still counts. I mean, if you're just taking the on the field stuff, is he on the list?
Yeah,
just the on field stuff.
No, we're saying if it was like, that's the thing. You know, it'd be a little tougher to have him on there over some of the.
I know a lot of. I did not. I know that he's a popular vote this year, as far as Twitter goes, but he was not one of my picks.
Now, who were both your picks, Chop?
I did Lamar Parrish and Jim Breach.
Hey,
Jim Breach, such a good guy, man. And leading score for the Bengals. Oh yeah, I met Breach quite a few times. Very first class, super nice guy. I can't blame you at all for that. Should we move on to the next one? And this next one, if both Lap and the other one, I have Parrish also get in this year. This one is definitely on my list next year. And this is, we all hear about Anthony Munoz, you know, who was a great lineman for us, but another one who I feel like just doesn't get enough credit, Max Montoya. I mean, good Lord, man. 4-time Pro Bowler, second team All-Pro in 89. He was with the Bengals from 79 to 89. A family friend of mine said one of the biggest mistakes the Bengals ever made was letting him go to sign with the Raiders, and that's what made their whole offensive line fall apart is when he left. I mean, he settled here in Cincinnati. Another guy. He opened a bunch of Penn Station restaurants around here. He now lives he grew up in Los Angeles, went to UCLA, and he now lives in Kentucky. He loves it here. His daughter, who's a great sportscaster here also. This is another guy that settled down here also after. I mean, Max Montoya, if Parrish and Lap get in, well, I'd have to discuss it with James and all that, obviously, because he owns the season ticket. But Montoya would be one of my votes for next year if it's two players. Damn, Tyson Anderson's favorite Cincinnati food is Penn Station.
There you go. if you're going, and we just talked about Lapham once again, like I'm not trying to hate on Lap. I do think he deserves to be in. Like I've said that, like he deserves his own ceremony for everything he's done. But if you just compare those to his offensive linemen, you said he had 4 Pro Bowls, 2 All Pros. All Pros are even more special because less guys get those.
No, 1 second team All Pro, but still.
Okay, one second team All Pro, but he had 4 Pro Bowls. Like that's a very good career, and you play as an offensive lineman for 10 or 11 years. I mean, you got to be tough to do that, kind of like we were talking about Bob Johnson earlier. But yeah, so I think that's. They're all deserving, but that's another guy who's very deserving, and you feel like his time's got to come soon, right?
Yeah. Well, technically 3 Pro Bowls here. When he left, he had 1 Pro Bowl when he was with the Raiders, but still, overall 3 Pro Bowls. Like you said, compared to Lap, that's not even close. But yeah, I mean, Max Montoya, he's definitely going to be high on my list. He's definitely one of the a person I would definitely highly consider for next year. And like compared to Breach and Falter, also does a bunch of community work off the field, also. So
that's who you voted for, Greg, Max Montoya.
No, next year I would.
Oh.
I voted for Parrish and Lap.
What if they put Geno Atkins on next year? You still going Max Montoya?
I may do Max Montoya and Geno. Like I say, I'm a diehard Geno fan. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it'd be hard for me to. Like I say, I get sucked. I get sucked into the players I grew up. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm not saying that's right or anything. But yeah, but no, Max Montoya. That to me, I mean, what would you guys say? Would Max Montoya be high on your list next year? If it is too.
I don't know, man. I like to vote with the wild hair up my ass.
There you go.
So when I voted this year, I just voted for who I had that wild hair up my ass about.
I also hear he has a good restaurant called Montoya's that I've never been to in Kentucky.
I mean, hey, if he gives me a coupon, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I could use a coupon for a date night with Sarah.
There you go. So,
so
Dale, who would your two?
I already talked about him. I talked about him already.
All right. So let's move to the next one. Oh boy. Lamar Parrish. So I mean, this is to me is the most obvious one. For 3 years, I've been campaigning for him. This is ridiculous. Bengal fans, wake up! This is ridiculous. I mean, Dale, hold on 1 second. Everybody's going to crap their pants when they hear this with Lamar Parrish.
Hold on, Greg. Let me put on one of these attends I got.
Okay.
I want to crap my pants.
8-time Pro Bowler, 2-time second team All-Pro, 3-time first team All-Pro, and he was also return kicks. This was Deion Sanders before the position got famous. How the hell did he not get in? Like, did he automatically not get in?
You're saying Deion Sanders modeled his game after Lamar Parrish?
No, I don't. No.
But no, you said it, Greg. Fuck it. I'll say it too. Yeah, Deion Sanders modeled his game after Lamar Parrish.
I'm not saying that, but this is ridiculous. Dale, 8-time Pro Bowlers, 3 first-team All-Pro, and 2-time second-team All-Pro. How the hell is he not in the ring? How the hell did he automatically not get in?
No, I voted for him last year. I voted for him and Corey. So I thought, that would have been a great 2 last year. So obviously I hope he gets in this year because he's another one of those guys too that he's not getting any younger. There's been reports that he's had some health stuff, which we don't know. I mean,
77 years old.
Yeah, so 77 years old. I know him, Trumpy, and Lap are the 3 highest that are 3 oldest guys still on the list. So at some point, you'd like to see those guys get in. You don't like seeing a celebration for a person after they've already passed. It'd be nice to let them enjoy their moment. So
yeah, I mean, this is just flat out ridiculous. Like I get it. That's the problem because a lot of younger fans now, season ticket holders, they're not going to know who he is. Hell, they probably barely know who Corey Dillon is. Hardly. And thank God Corey got in last year. But like I say, and this is no disrespect towards Tim Crumry. I love Tim Crumry.
Yeah, no, they're all deserving.
As happy as I was for Crumry, I was so disappointed for Lamar Parrish last year. Right? I was very hurt to see him not get in. If he doesn't get in this year, something needs to be done.
If it was between Lamar Parrish and Geno Atkins, who would you vote for?
I would vote for Parrish.
Would you?
Yes.
It's going to be.
Dale, what about you? Would you? No, Geno Atkins, he deserves it too. But Dale, if it came down to Parrish and Atkins, who would you vote for?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would still have to go with Parrish, but I do think Geno has a very strong case for the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
so it's one of those things like, maybe that's a boost that could help him. But then again, we've thought that with Willie Anderson for 3 years, and he keeps getting dicked over year after year. So I don't know. I'd at least like to let Lamar Parrish get his shine for the
No. I agree with you on Geno Atkins. Do the same way you're trying to do with Willie, because Geno Atkins, like I say, he paved the way. I know he's on the list, but he paved the way for Aaron Donald 100%. He's definitely going to get in the Bengals Ring of Honor.
Are you saying that Aaron Donald modeled his game after Geno Atkins?
Yes, he actually did say that.
I knew it.
Yes, that is true. That is true. That is true. So yeah, Lamar Parrish and Lapp, those are my 2 votes. And like I say, I more want Parrish than Lapp to get in 100%.
All right, who we still got on the list? I know we haven't talked about Trumpy and Reggie Williams.
All right. I'm doing my ABCs here. Okay.
ABC.
A, B, C, D, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S.
We're in trouble.
T. Trumpy. Bob Trumpy. Here we go. Now, Bob Trumpy, same boat as Chris Collinsworth. He's more well known what he did as a commentator, right? So that was the thing right there with him. But Bob Trumpy, he was a late round pick for us. We got him back in the day, the NFL draft. Yeah, we got him in the 12th round in 1968. Guy's 80 years old. So, and 2-time Pro Bowler, 2-time AFL All-Star. I guess before that, the Bengals were in a league called the AFL. So, I mean, he was on the Bengals' 50th anniversary team. I don't know much about him as a player, but still, he's more well known. He's in the same boat as Collinsworth. He's more well known as a commentator. But like you said, Dale, he's the oldest person on the list. So I'm not going to get upset if he gets voted in.
He also redefined the tight end position.
Yeah, he was 6'6". Yeah. He did. I'd have to read more into it and all that and stuff. But Dale, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's an older guy. I got no issue with. I know a lot of people have been wanting to get him in because it is. It's like, you talk about Lapham, you got to talk about him too. Wasn't he on I don't know. He was a national broadcaster even,
Yeah.
Very well known for that after his playing career, but was a good player when he was here as well.
Yeah, he did for the Olympics. He did for the Ryder Cups. I mean, he was like a national, well-known.
David says it too. Generational argument. Trumpy was one of the best tight ends in the league.
Yeah, so there you go.
He redefined the position. He made it. He paved the way for Shannon fucking Sharp. And your boy, Gronkowski.
His boy's Travis Kelce. Greg loves Travis Kelce.
No, I'm a Gronk guy. I like Gronk over Kelce. I have stated that, Dale. You know that. But no.
Yeah, but you love Taylor Swift. So that moves
doesn't
up
mean I'm on
Travis
Team
Kelce.
Kelce. No. He is a Bearcat. Not going to lie. I love my Bearcats. We don't get too many of them, so.
Bob Trumpy went to UC?
No! Trumpy went to Illinois, then Utah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Utah Bearcats?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure, that's fine.
Makes sense now.
But no, Trumpy, though, like I say, he's 80 years old. I mean, but like I say, it's the same boat as Collinsworth. He's more well-known. If we're talking overall Bengal, what he did for the Bengals. But I'd have to look more into it. But I just think he's more well-known as a commentator, in my opinion. But still, he should be in. But like I say, with him being 80 years old, it would not surprise me if he's one of the nominees this year. Would it surprise you guys at all?
No.
No, and I wouldn't have no issue if it's
I would not have an issue.
If it's like him and Parrish that get in and they did a special ceremony for Lapp and you got all 3 of the 3 oldest guys in this year, that would be ideal. But
sign me up for that.
That would be
up for that 100%. Next guy on the list. Okay, I got to do my ABCs once again here. God damn it.
LMNOP, we're at the T.
Well, how many guys are left? There's only Reggie Williams and who else?
Reggie Williams. I think Reggie Williams is the last guy left. So Reggie Williams, he was with the
last guy left. Alphabetical order, he would be next.
There's only one guy.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Reggie Williams. I mean, so he very interesting story with Reggie Williams. He never made the Pro Bowl. Gosh dang it. This is the wrong Reggie Williams. He wasn't. I swear with you. Wikipedia, what are you doing to me here? Okay, here we go. He was with the Bengals from 76 to 89, played on both Super Bowl teams. Came out of Dartmouth. He was NFL Man of the Year of 86. I mean, he was on the Bengals 40th, 50th anniversary teams. I think he worked for Disney World. He helped out with he did a lot for the community. Yes. He helped out with Disney World. He actually has done a lot off the field in the community. So, I mean, I like I say, he never made it to a single Pro Bowl, but he's always a very tough player on the field. I know a lot of people have recommended him. So I wouldn't be against having Reggie. I mean, obviously, he's 70 years old. Obviously not as old as some of the other candidates, but still, you know, he recorded 16 interceptions, 23 fumble recoveries, still a franchise record. During his career, he amassed 62.5 sacks, second most in team history. In his final 2 seasons with the Bengals, he was appointed as an open seat on the Cincinnati Council, elected a second term in '89. He received numerous honors, including All-Rookie Team, a humanitarian award, Walter Payton, Man of the Year award. He was named Co-Sportsman of the Year in 1987. So what the stuff he's done off the field is just so incredible.
I mean, just put his ass in there. All that shit, Greg. It's a lot of stuff. That's like reading an encyclopedia.
Right, exactly. I mean, he was like
14 seasons as a linebacker is impressive. Just
how do you do that? Yeah.
Man. That's
the only other linebacker I recall doing that was Ray Lewis, and London Fletcher was another one I recall. I mean, that's incredible what he did for this team. So, I mean, like I say, you do not go wrong. If you tried to debate me, I am not going to debate you back. You cannot go wrong with any of these nominees right here, period.
Yeah.
You seriously just can't.
No, you
now,
can't.
If you guys want, I will give you my rankings as of right now.
Sindustries, you're right. Someone should have edited Wikipedia and been like, he once jerked off 3 teammates in a bathroom in the shower after a game. Like, because Greg just would have read it straight off of Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hired as director of sports development for Disney on 93. The mid-90s, he oversaw the creation of Disney Wild World Sports Complex, state-of-the-art 220 acre facility, opened on 97, hosts more than 180 athletic events.
That definitely would have pushed it over the edge had I known that before I voted, Greg.
Yeah.
By
the guy fucking worked for Disney.
14 years with the Bengals, worked for Disney. Come
right.
On,
yeah. I mean, come on. He should also be in the Disney Ring of Honor.
Yeah, by 1998, he had become vice president of Disney Sports Attractions, where he oversaw a newly created sports and recreation division that merged Walt Disney Sports Resort Recreation, water parks, and Disney Sports. I mean, it's just
very interesting.
Just very interesting stuff he's done off the field. And like Dale said, that's incredible as hell to be a linebacker for like 14
Did it say anything about when he sold cars in there?
I don't think so. Although he was a starter for 14 seasons, he played most of his career on a bad right knee. He had 24 knee surgeries since his career ended. He had the first surgery in 79 plus knee replacements as well as multiple infections. He was, I mean, you talk about a tough son. He also uses cannabis to treat the pain and inflation present in his knee. Yeah, which he says
just shot up Chop's fucking ranking list like a mother.
Yeah, that got Chop's attention right there, didn't it?
Cannabis advocate.
Yeah, he is. He is a cannabis advocate.
I don't fuck with the stuff.
No, but you used to.
Oh, I used to fuck with that stuff. I was like the Tony Montana of weed in my 20s.
You talk about a tough son of a gun playing with a bad knee for 14 seasons. I mean, maybe I should have voted for Reggie Williams and all that.
I had a bad knee, Greg. I've been going to work every goddamn night.
Have you been hitting guys, though? And
as a matter of fact, they come in there and they do want to wrestle and fight. Yes.
Okay, then. Okay. So like I said, Reggie Williams, what I read about him, heck,
that motherfucker, you fucking 400-pound fatty. And I'm like,
so you got Disney and weed, Chop. So Disney and weed. Oh my gosh, man.
All right, Chop, you want to move on and do the rankings? And he's talking to someone.
Well, you wanted me to read my rankings, Dale, for the Ring of Honor? How I have them ranked?
I mean, you kind of already said who you voted for and mentioned your other guys. I don't think we need to go through like
it's probably
1 to 9 ranking.
It's stupid.
Let's just sit in silence. Like,
no, I'm sorry. Peg was talking to me.
You were talking to somebody. That's what
But Chop, man. But like we were finishing off Reggie Williams. You got Disney and we. I mean, that's incredible right there, man.
I know. That is pretty good. That's probably why he got hired at Disney.
Well, that was way after, but yeah.
Oh, I got you.
I was gonna say it could have been pain management, for the people in the costumes. Like, bro, it'd be 100 degrees down there, and they gotta wear them costumes. They need some cannabis.
Yeah, they don't care if they're high. They're like, "Fuck it, I'm hot," but man, I'm high.
But yeah, those are all. The
I think I'd be a better Goofy if I was a little
You'd
high.
You'd be goofy as fuck. You'd be goofier.
But like I say,
like, is that goofier? That goofy? They'd be like, no, that's goofier.
It's like this. You vote for pizza, burgers, tacos, or a bunch of foods that are all good, but I'm not going to
Grilled
debate
cheese.
Chicken tenders.
Chicken
Grilled
tenders,
cheese.
yes.
I love grilled cheese.
Now, if it's chicken salad, you all can get the hell
I would
out of
eat.
here.
Hey, we just had this incredible chicken. I swear to God, we had 3 days of chicken salad at work, and I loved it.
Oh,
See?
God.
There you go.
Yeah, we had chicken salad. There was too much, so we ate it the next day. And then one of the security guards, who's come down to the tailgate, he's a Raiders fan. He's like, "Man, best chicken salad ever is up this place in Milford where I live." And he brought it in. He was right, man. That chicken salad was good too. So I don't know. I go in at 11 tonight. If there's chicken salad, Greg, I'm down.
There you go, man. There you go. Or banana pudding that Santori made for you one time.
Oh.
Whoa! This is going to take forever.
Well, Greg,
Yeah.
it's up to you.
Well, we probably won't go through all of these players, and we may not know some of these players, but Chop found a list, or did you make this, Chop?
Nah, man. I just went to Tier Maker and typed in Bengals and see what they had.
Okay.
And this is on there.
All right. I can do this.
Well,
Let's start
first
with
one here. We know who that
AJ
is.
Green.
AJ
Green.
All right,
He
what's
is the
the
Bengals
tiers
Ring of
here?
Honor. He will be in the Ring of Honor. Put him in the
Okay.
Bengals Ring of
Hold
Honor.
on, I want to read off for the podcast listeners. We got our tiers here for this Bengals list: is Hall of Fame, Bengals Ring of Honor, Cincinnati legend, a great player, or a little overrated. Maybe, yeah. Okay, so it's supposed to be some of the best players in history, right? So if you're on the overrated list, it's just because you weren't great or a legend, or in the Ring of Honor or the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I got to tell you, there's no black and white photos. I mean, the oldest player on here I see Dave Lapham.
Yeah. But obviously, AJ Green, he is going to be, you talk about another Ring of Honor. It's just a matter of time, like Gino before he's a Ring of Honor guy. So let's just put JJ Green in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, and probably fringe Hall of Fame, but I just don't think he probably gets there, especially playing the majority of his career with the Bengals. We see how hard it is for guys who's the best right tackle in NFL history, arguably, and Willie Anderson, how long and difficult it's been for him to try to get in the Hall of Fame. So just AJ was always up there as one of the top guys in the league, but you can't always say he was like, oh, that's the best receiver in the league, year after year after year for 10 years. I mean, he was up there. I'm not. He's fantastic. Definitely Ring of Honor. I think that's a good spot to put him.
Yeah. Geno Atkins, can we agree? He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Geno Atkins is a Hall of Famer.
I think he should be. He has some ridiculous stats.
And I also think he's above AJ Green.
Oh, so he's not in the Hall. You're not going to put him in the Hall of Fame category?
Oh, yeah. I guess he would be if I put him up there, wouldn't I?
Ocho Cinco. Is he a Hall of Fame? We know he's a Ring of Honor. He's in the Ring of Honor.
He's in the Ring of Honor, but I don't think that Chad ever gets in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think he does either. I put him above AJ, obviously.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Willie Anderson.
Yeah, and that's close, man. I really liked AJ. And like somebody said, Sindustry said, AJ, he did that with Andy Dalton. Just right. I mean, and Chad had Carson there for quite a bit of his career. And, man, say what you want about Carson, not being with the team. But, man, when Carson was on and then, those first few years here, God, he was fucking awesome. Him and Chad
absolutely. AJ, I thought AJ at one point was better than Chad did. I thought he had better talent than Chad did all around. I thought he was more polished than Chad. But in the end, AJ just started getting hurt so much, and it was close, but I still give the edge over Chad. But I would not complain if I still had AJ, though.
All right, looks like Willie Anderson next, and that's definite Hall of Fame. And I didn't even put him over Geno because he should already be there. So I guess maybe that's part of it too when you're putting these guys, but they're in the same tier. If you're in the Hall of Fame tier, you're in the Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter if you're the top guy in the Hall of Fame or the third guy in the Hall. If you get in the Hall of Fame,
I mean, also you can say Willie Anderson's best right tackle in football.
Yes, exactly.
But you can't say Geno Atkins was the best tackle in football. He was awesome, but I don't think you can say he's the best tackle in football.
Yeah. Now, next one, Carson Palmer. We know he's never going to get in the Ring of Honor. Is he a legend or a great player?
What's he legendary for in Cincinnati if he's a legend?
Yeah, exactly.
That 2005 season was a legendary season. It just ended badly along with his injury. But yeah, I would say great player. I know a lot of people probably put him in overrated. just because they don't. But he was a great player. Like talent wise, he was the number 1 overall pick for a reason. I mean, but injuries and things happen, and obviously promises made that weren't kept, for the off-field stuff and why he left. But I definitely don't think we can say he's a Cincinnati legend because, well, there's just not that many people that view him that way, and that's part of that.
No, most of the people hate him.
Now
I'm included as one of them, but I've come around. I do not hate Carson Palmer anymore, but he'll never be a Cincinnati legend because of the way he left.
No. And next one is Andy Dalton. Now, is he a legend?
Legend. He is.
I'll put him up at legend.
Dale, 30 years.
This is fucking gross. This is gross.
Is he a grilled cheese? I can't put it a legend, but do you put him ahead of Carson, Dale? Do you put him ahead of Carson? You can't talent-wise, but
that's the thing here, right? You can almost Cincinnati legend category is a thing of its own because I wouldn't say Andy Dalton's a great player. I wouldn't say talent. He's a great player. I would say, but he's had a long career, and I mean, 5 straight times taking us to the playoffs.
And he made the Pro Bowl how many times?
I mean, I think he's a Cincinnati legend because I think more people would say it than me.
Doesn't he also hold a lot of Bengals records?
Hey, I didn't know this. His middle name is Gregory. How about that?
Oh, well, here.
Overrated with that name.
A 3-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Cincinnati legend, right?
He is a legend. If that Ryan, what's his name?
But putting him in legend category puts him close to the Ring of Honor, and I think eventually one day he'll be in the conversation for it. At least,
I agree.
Yeah, so
Boomer is next.
He's the Ring of Honor, but do you put him? You have to put him ahead of age? Yeah, you got to put him above Chad. But do you put Boomer above? Yeah, you have to.
Well, he's the MVP, right?
Yes, he did win the MVP. So yes, he'll never get in the Hall of Fame probably.
That's the difference for me because I agree. I mean, Boomer's kind of whatever. Like I like him. Like Chad and AJ, was more when I was fucking with the Bengals. So personally, probably like them better as players because I watched them more. But Boomer, to win an MVP, dude, and he's in the Ring of Honor. Yeah, he's in the Ring of Honor and he's up there. He's fine.
Yeah. Ken Riley. We all know where this is going. Hall of Fame. Do you put him? Yeah, put him above Willie.
He is in the Hall of Fame, so he'll go up there automatically. We might as well just move Anthony Munoz up there too while we're at it because they're in the Hall of Fame.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And we'll put Anthony Munoz as number 1 because Anthony Munoz is the best player to ever play for Cincinnati.
Yes. Kenny Anderson, he should be in the Hall of Fame also. Do you
100%.
Do you put him behind? No, he's an MVP. I put him above Willie Anderson. Yes.
Yeah, I think that Kenny Anderson should be in the Hall of Fame for years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, him and Willie both should be in, so it's like they're both up there.
Now the next one is our good old pal Corey Dillon. Ring of Honor. I put him right behind Boomer, right in front of Chad.
Man, I would put Corey up there with Hall of Fame. Corey had a Hall of Fame.
He should be in the Hall of Fame, but I don't know if he'll get in though.
Well, I don't know if goddamn Kenny Anderson, Willie Anderson.
And then he wants to. You know what? Put Corey in the Hall of Fame. Put him in the Hall of Fame category.
Hey, and that's a little biased, maybe, but I don't care. We're allowed to be biased.
Care. Let's get him in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I mean, if you just take the man's stats, come on.
Yes.
You beat Walter Payton's fucking record. Jim Brown's record.
Right.
I mean, we're not
talking for the Patriots. Like this isn't all just for the Bengals.
Patriots.
No, just the Patriots.
He was incredible for them.
There are players with less stats that are in the Hall of Fame. Corey Dillon, despite being a friend of mine and ours, is 100% got the statistics to be in the Hall.
He does.
Yeah. And there's players that are in that didn't do what he did and carry a franchise like he did.
Exactly. You know what? You're right. He should be in the Hall. I just didn't think he was going to get in. He should be, but I don't know if do you guys think he will eventually get in the Hall?
I mean,
I don't know.
They played for the Bengals, Greg, so they all got the same shot, which is about none.
So, Corey, you're watching this, man. You have a right to say, F you, Greg. You're in the Hall of Fame, buddy. 100%. Is that Giovanni Bernard I see down there? Who is that?
It's Giovanni Bernard.
He's a legend. I put
Yeah,
him at a legend.
100%. I think he's a legend also.
I put him ahead of Dalton as a legend. What about you, Dale?
Look,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he still comes back, plays in that softball tournament and stuff. And
Yep.
when he's in town, you know, he gets a lot of love because we love him here. And I mean, blocked his ass off at his size, could catch the ball, run the ball, explosive. He was a returner at North Carolina. I thought he should have done that more here, to be honest, as well as a punt returner. Yeah, dude's explosive, and we love him, man. He gave us all out there.
best single run in Bengals history is Giovanni Bernard.
Absolutely. Next one is
Against
Cedric.
Miami.
You know what? The next one here, I feel like he doesn't get the respect he deserves. Cedric Benson, remember he was a bust for the Bears. He had 3 or 4 good seasons for us here. He did a great job. He's a great player, but do you put him in legend? And I can't put him in legend.
Tough. It's tough.
But Cedric Benson, Dale, you can agree. Benson was very underrated for us here.
Yeah, and I almost feel like we need another category of underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, underrated and then overrated, because I don't want to put him in overrated. I don't know that he's a great player. He was very good here. You know, he was drafted high out of Texas for a reason and just didn't work out with Chicago. And then,
He
but
was
when he
only
came
with us
here,
for
he
3
was
seasons. I thought he was with us longer than that. So yeah, just put him in great player. He, you know, but like I say, he had 3 damn good seasons with us. So
it's almost a default putting him in great player. He was
Right.
a good player. Like he was a good player for us. But you know, we don't have that category. So
the next one, people are going to hate me for this. I thought he was overrated. He had 1 or 2 good seasons. Rudy Johnson. I know he had some good years for us, but near the end, man, it just wasn't working out. But do you put him in the legends category, Dale?
Man, that's tough because
great player.
Great player, I will accept.
Yeah,
He's
we can
ahead
put
of
him in.
Cedric.
Yeah, we can put him ahead of Cedric as a great player because he was part of those teams, the 05 and stuff. Man, that was just so. Man, they should have won it all those years, and he was a big piece of that. You know, and following Corey Dillon, not an easy task. Kind of was here with Corey, and we know how that played out. But yeah, Rudy. I mean, yeah, we'll put him in a great player category. Not quite a legend because the longevity, I guess, wasn't really there.
Now, the next one, he will never get in the Ring of Honor for his stats or anything, but Ickey Woods, man, one of the most popular players ever in Bengals history. The Ickey Shuffle. He was a Cincinnati legend. Let's put him in the legends category.
He's the top legend in there. Man.
Yes. Dale, can you agree with that?
Yeah, I have no issue with that because, I mean, you still get your cold cuts, man. He's just a legend in general. And that season was a hell of a season that helped take them to the Super Bowl. He was a beast. Right. And the Ickey Shuffle is iconic, so it's a Cincinnati legend.
Yeah. Now, this next one's tricky. TJ Houshmandzadeh, is he going to get in the Ring of Honor eventually? I personally would vote for TJ in the Ring of Honor, but is he just a legend or Ring of Honor guy?
Legend.
Yeah, I can't say Ring of Honor just because, like, now had he not left and he, you know, did want to stay, had he not left and went to Seattle, he probably would be more Ring of Honor because he would have had some more stats here and stuff. But we'll put him Cincinnati legend, but almost great player. Like,
do you put him ahead of Giovanni Bernard? That's close. Bernard was here longer. That's close right there.
Yeah, I'd put him over Gio just because, man, those and that's probably biased for me, but man, I don't know. I love those teams with Chad and Hoosh and even Palmer.
It looks like Collinsworth is right there on the list.
Hey, here it is, Chris Collinsworth.
Now, I don't know. He's going to get the Ring of Honor, but man, I cannot put him over TJ and Giovanni Bernard almost. But then again, he made the Pro Bowl 3 times.
Well,
I know part of me wants to say overrated because big on the Ring of Honor, but when you have 3 Pro Bowls, I mean, you were a great player.
Right.
So you got to be on that great player list.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to shit on nobody, really. But
no.
So, great player.
Do you put him above Carson?
Yeah, I don't care what order they're in, to be honest.
Now, the next one here was a very special guest we had on who is just so awesome to have on. Carl Pickens. Will he be in the Ring of Honor? 3-time Pro Bowler, 2nd-team All-Pro. He was just on one of the crappiest teams in the 90s. He is definitely a Cincinnati legend, in my opinion.
He's got the resume to be in the Ring of Honor, but he's not on the ballot, and that's what we've talked about. Like, it's hard to say he's going to be in the Ring of Honor when he's not on the ballot.
Do you put him? I put him over TJ at least.
I don't have an issue with that.
I think he should go. Like, you guys think he should be on the ballot for the Ring of Honor?
I mean, I
Yeah,
think he should just based on the 3 Pro
Yeah.
Bowls and stuff. You know, it's very similar to Collinsworth, but it's like, well, things ended, but we don't have Collinsworth up that high, though, to be fair,
Right.
Chop.
We don't
Wait
like
a minute. Now, who the hell is this guy? Who's 82? I don't even know who that is.
Is that Marvin Jones?
Or is that Reggie Kelly? I don't.
just
let me
pick
see.
one, and we'll make it.
I think it's Marvin Jones, is
Let
my
me see.
guess.
Was
I don't know. Doesn't get
Let me
any
look it up.
bigger if I isolate it, right? Nope.
Yeah, it is Marvin Jones. I looked up the picture. That is
right.
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones, he wasn't overrated. He was a great player, but he was never a number 1 receiver. Do you put him in the great player list, though, Dale?
Yeah, I mean, we got Vincent in there and Rudy Johnson. I don't have an issue with Marvin Jones.
I don't
being in
either.
that. Like, I mean, these are all like to be on this list. Almost all of them are probably in that area.
Yeah, and the next one is Tyler Eifert. I mean, Tyler Eifert could easily have been a Ring of Honor member, maybe even a Hall of Famer if he never gotten hurt. But
Well, he's trying to be a Cincinnati legend with his tweets and stuff.
Is he a legend though, Dale?
I don't think so. I don't think he had the longevity.
Yeah.
He was a great player when he was able to stay healthy. He wasn't able to stay healthy, so it's hard to
That's
like.
the problem.
Right.
No, there's another 84. Is that TJ Twice or
No, that's
or is that
Gresham, isn't it?
I was gonna say, is that Gresham?
Let me look it up. No, I can find the exact picture. Jermaine Gresham Bengals. I'll tell you, he's going in the overrated category for me. He was the most overrated kid player of all time, and I have no problem saying that. He drove me nuts too many times.
Say it to his face.
I will say
it. To his face, Greg.
I will. I sure will. And yes, I believe that is Jermaine. Wait, no. Yes, no.
We're gonna say Jermaine Gresham.
Yeah, Jermaine Gresham.
We're gonna put him in the overrated. And if it's not Jermaine Gresham, then sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, he's definitely overrated. Next one, Dave Lapham. He's a Ring of Honor. He's a Ring of Honor member.
Legend is, I get it. I think he's more of a Cincinnati legend.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Chop.
That's
I think
fine
he's more of a Cincinnati legend. Like he is going to get in the Ring of Honor.
Cincinnati legend.
But I think he's in the Ring of Honor for being a Cincinnati legend.
That's exactly what I think too. So do we keep him down here at the top?
Yeah, I'm good with keeping him right there.
All right.
Because I mean, if you just say as a player, you know what I mean. I don't think it's like.
Yeah, Whitworth, Hall of Fame, no doubt in my mind. He's going in the Hall of Fame. Not even close.
What do you think, Dale?
Do you put him above?
He's a stud, man. He's a stud. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care what order they're in there.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's a beast. And getting that, even though it came against us, he did get a Super Bowl. So
true,
you know,
got him a ring.
Yeah.
Hey, for what they did, man, he deserved it.
Who is 68 on here? I don't even know who the heck this is.
Is that Clint Bowling or whatever?
Is that Zeitler?
I think that is. Wait, let me look up.
How the fuck did they put Zeitler on here?
Kevin.
He was really good when he was here.
No, he was. He was. We chose to let him walk. And Dale, I think you're right that the
pictures are just hard to see, but
that is Kevin
number
Zeitler.
68. The number 68 I know is Zeitler.
Yeah.
So
he was a great player. He was a great player for us. We just let him walk. That was the Bengals' fault for letting him walk. Yes, great player.
Yeah. And a great career. Like he's still playing. Like he's had a great career. Just I wish more of it was here in Cincinnati.
Right. Now this guy's not even wearing a jersey. I don't even know who the hell that is right there.
Yeah, I can't hardly see that.
I don't know either. Somebody in the chat.
Yeah.
If you can see it.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
I see like Dunlap and Pecco coming up. And is that 85? Is that Isaac Curtis?
I think so.
Then I don't
85
know.
is Isaac Curtis. Well, we know he's in the Ring of Honor. Not Hall of Fame, but he's definitely a Ring of Honor member.
Yeah.
I see
he's already
Perfect
in
back
it.
there too. And
82, Dan Ross for the Bengals. I think the 82 is Dan Ross. Let me look this up. Bengals. He was a great tight end for no, he was number 89. Never mind. So that's definitely not him.
Well, what number was like Trumpy?
Oh, Tim McGee. That might be no, not Tim McGee. Let me look up Eddie Brown.
I don't know, man. I can't even see like I don't know. I can't hardly see those.
Eddie Brown was 81. I don't know famous 82s for the. No. Who was the tight end for the Rodney Holman? That might be Rodney Holman. Let me look it up. Holman. Patience is a virtue here. Yep, that is Rodney Holman. I can't believe he's not on the Ring of Honor list.
This is why I told you that, Greg. This your thing. You're going to be able to.
Rodney Holman, listen, all right, 3-time Pro Bowler, 3-time second team All Pro. This guy should be in the Ring of Honor for us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd put him up there by Pickens.
He was with us from 82 to 92. I may put him above Pickens. And 85, that is Isaac Curtis, right? Let me look it up. Yeah,
he's
that
in
is
the
Isaac
Ring of
Curtis.
Honor.
Ring of Honor.
Oh, yeah. I put him up in Ring of Honor.
Yes.
All right.
He's in the Ring of Honor.
No.
Enough said,
85.
Right?
Chop.
Yeah.
You didn't put him up there.
This guy?
No, the next one's Isaac Curtis. We don't know who that is.
This guy here is the one I'm putting up?
No. Put him at the bottom. We don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, just put him at the overrated part because I don't know who the hell. Yeah.
Who am I putting up? This guy?
This guy. He's in. Do we put him above Chad? We put him maybe ahead of AJ, but not Chad. Whatever. Carlos Dunlapdale. I'm sorry. I just have bad memories how he left. He was a great. I only thought he was good because he had Geno blitzing from the inside. He was still a great player. No, he was good with the fans. Look, he's a great player, but is he a legend though?
No, I think he's in the great player category. Like he's a great player. He always, man, was so good at getting his hands in passing lanes. That's one thing I thought he was fantastic at. And his sack numbers were pretty good here too. So yeah, he's definitely a great player. I just wouldn't say he's a legend.
Right. And Pekka, look, he didn't have the stats that Dunlap had, but Pekka was a leader on that defense for years. Yeah. Such a good person in general. Pekka was I'm going to put Pekka as a legend.
I would put him in the Cincinnati legend category because of the hair.
Yes.
Yep.
He was a big piece of those teams for sure. And not just the leadership, but on field too. You know, he's more of that nose tackle spot. So he's not getting the stats. It's not his job, but he was a good run stuffer, good team leader. And you could put him in at fullback. He's a fucking legend all day long.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like Travis Hunter modeled his game after Domata Pinto playing both sides of the ball.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, the next one on the list. This is another guy that should be for the Ring of Honor. He's the all-time. I looked up 73. Eddie Edwards. He is the all-time Bengals leader in sacks. 77 to 78. I think he is the all-time Bengals leader in sacks. I know this because I won in a award. I won a prize one time at an event I went to. He is the all-time Bengals leader in sacks, Eddie Edwards, but he's never made to the Pro Bowl or anything. I guess you put him in a legend, right?
I don't even know who the fuck he is.
Yeah, it's tough to put.
Hard to put someone in legend when I don't.
Well, I mean, stats-wise, you know, he didn't have the Pro Bowls, but all-time leading sacks. Like, is that still
84.5 career sacks?
Yeah,
how many years?
77 to 88. So that's 12 years. What's 84.5 divided by 12?
Are you asking me?
7 sacks. So he averaged 7 sacks for 12 years.
That doesn't sound legendary.
It's not great. That's decent.
That's really good. I mean, you'd take that, especially 12 years long. But
right.
Yeah,
great player.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I don't know who the fuck.
I don't know who the hell that is.
Yeah,
I can't.
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Is that Michael Johnson next?
Michael Johnson. He was great, but he's not a legend. I don't. Was he overrated? Do you put him overrated?
Man, it's tough because I don't know that he ever got that much love to be overrated. You know what I mean? He was just good. It's another guy who would be in the good category if we had one.
Yeah. I'll put him in the great. Now the next one, we all three are agree.
Is he going here? Great.
Yeah. If you're toward the bottom half of great, you'd probably be in the good category.
Yeah.
You know,
Perfect though. I think if it was up to us, Burfict would be in the Ring of Honor, but he's a legend, right? He's got to be the legend.
He's a legend to me, and I know a lot of people don't they didn't like all the penalties and the fines. I just thought he played in the wrong era of football. I think he's an absolute fucking stud. He's definitely a legend to me. I love the fire he played with and the passion.
And Takeo Spikes, another legend.
That is Jersey too, man.
And Takeo Spikes, same deal. He was another legend for us, and he had a good career in Buffalo also. He was on a bunch of bad 90s teams. But Takeo Spikes, I put him in a great player. Not legend, but great player.
Yeah, if he would have been here longer, right? Had he re-upped and signed when Marvin came back, he would probably be more of a legend because then he would have been on some playoff teams.
Okay. This
But he
next
left.
one, Ray Maluga. Can you guys agree? He's overrated. I liked Ray Maluga, but he was overrated.
He came out of
Yeah.
USC like he was going to be the top linebacker in
Oh,
that
yeah.
draft. And guess what? The guys he played with at USC was Clay Matthews and who was the guy that went to the Texans? Brian
Cushing. And he also was
They were
with
both
Keith
better.
Richards.
They both had better careers than him. And Ray
Right.
Maluga was the boss.
Right. And everybody said, oh my gosh, he could hit people. Yeah, but he couldn't cover anybody. If you remember those Texans playoff games, they picked on him all day. He was so overrated.
No, and it sucks because, like, I mean,
I loved him coming out of college.
I
Oh, my
love
God.
that pick, man. We got him in the second round. I was like, oh, I was so fucking pumped. But that was
Dale, I
just-
wanted Connor
he was still solid, like,
Right.
but he just,
Yeah,
he never lived up to what we thought he could be.
But
He
Dale,
was- he was
I had Connor Barwin on my list. I'm like, but then when I saw Ray Maluga there, I'm like, ugh. But I wanted Connor Barwin so badly. Yeah.
I can't tell who this is either.
That is Dahani Jones, 57.
Mm.
Dahani tackles the
bow tie.
glow. He wasn't overrated, but he was okay. But was he great though?
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Mm.
I feel like he had a TV show and everything.
Yeah.
And a
so-
bow tie too.
Yeah,
I liked
cool
him,
bow
but
tie.
I don't know. I
don't
hate
know
to
where
put him in
that one.
overrated.
You're right. We need another one for just like meh or
Yeah.
meh.
What do you do here, Dale? It's your call.
Yeah, Dale, it's your call.
Just put him in overrated. I don't
Yeah, no,
think
I
of him
can't
as
blame you for
like
that.
as good as a lot of these other Bengals, to be
Now,
fair.
56, is that Brian Simmons or is that?
Yeah, I would imagine Brian Simmons would be my
He
guess.
was a great
here.
player. Put him in the great player category.
All right.
You're just steady. Like,
Leon Hall. The next one's Leon Hall. He's not a legend, but he was a good player for us.
yeah, he is a great player. He was very, very good. Like him and Jay
Oh, he
Joe, and I
was
think Joseph's next. I would say both great players.
Joseph. If he would have stayed here longer, Dale, he would have been a legend. I thought.
That's got to be probably like the best cornerback duo that we had, right?
Well,
no,
and
who's there?
Pac-Man was here for part of that, wasn't he? And then, like, was
Pac-
he?
No. Who's a better quarterback duo? So you have Joseph and Hall, and also one year you had Torrey James and Delta O'Neal.
Yeah,
That was good.
Joseph and Hall, and they were 2 first-round picks, like back to
Right.
back. So, like, I do think they were the better tandem. But yeah, it was a hell of a season that Torrey James and Delta O'Neal had in 05, just turnover-wise.
Oh, Delta O'Neal led the league in interceptions. Yeah, absolutely. But Pac-Man is. Do you put him in the legends category? I think you could debate this. He could be a legend.
I don't know. It's
Don't
tough, right? Because I mean, everyone knows who he is.
Right.
So
He revived his career here. I think you could argue he's definitely a great player. There's no doubt. But is he a legend, though?
I just put him in the great player.
All right.
Yeah,
22. I don't know who that is. That's not Iloka. Who the hell is 22? I don't know who the hell that is.
Could be Terrence Newman. Could be like that's the
Here,
thing.
hold on. Let me look up Bengals.
One of those could be Terrence. That could be Jonathan Joseph, and the other one could be Terrence. I don't know.
Bengals players that wore 22.
Then we have Nate
Hold
Clement
on
at
for a
one
sec,
time.
Dale. I'm really curious about this. Jonathan Joseph, Geno Stone, Eric Thomas, but that can't be Eric Thomas because that Deacon Turner, Jimmy Spencer, Kim Herring.
Well, next is Reggie Nelson. I would put
Reggie
great
Nelson
player
is a
on him.
legend. I will put him as a legend for us. He was a damn good safety. Dale, can you agree he was a legend?
Well, it was a legendary trade to get him for like
Yes.
our 6th corner or whatever, and then this guy becomes a staple, and you re-signed him, and he was I mean, also got his hair pulled in that game by a coach. That's pretty wild.
Right.
Yeah.
And the next one, George Iloka. Remember, we signed Iloka over what's his name? Over Nelson. Iloka was so overrated. Overrated as could be.
I liked Iloka, but yeah, it's hard to put him in like great player category. I think once again he was good when he was here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine with putting him at the end of great player, Chop.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris Crocker, Dale, I will call him a legend. I know we signed him so many times, and every time he came on the field, he produced. He was such a great team leader. I'm sorry. I know that's pushing it, but he is a legend, in my opinion, Chris Crocker is.
Yeah, I don't see it. Like, I think we could put him in that bottom of the great player category, but that's just because he was a good player. You know,
Okay, yeah, but I just-
signing him for 1-year deals. Like, yeah, I liked him here. They needed that leadership, and you
Right.
know, but yeah.
no,
And then we don't know who the hell these 3 are, so we'll just leave it.
Wait, let me see if I can. Yeah, I don't know the dude wearing the helmet. Yeah, I have no clue. But yeah, this was a fun one here.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Chop. It's all chop.
I
Chop
thought
had
that it
ready.
fit really well with our Ring of Honor. We got nothing to talk about on Monday thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was awesome.
the only stories in the news are more Trey, more Shamar.
Right.
Not practicing.
Yeah,
Good
right.
vibes, though. Good Bengals post stuff. Good vibes. Oh, people are happy.
Well, I mean, it's
Well,
not
no,
like
no. So we
people
officially
have-
announced for scouts we have an analytics guy. That's a big deal, right?
Yeah, I think they've had some analytics stuff, but yeah, I'm all for the more you add, the more the merrier, right? It sounds like 2 scouts and an analytical side guy, so 3 hires. Hey, keep hiring people, honestly, because you could use the help clearly. Because you've won 0 Super Bowls, so stop thinking you're the smartest people in the room. Hire people and let them help you find talent and be a better team.
We've been to 3 though, Cleveland. Y'all ain't been to shit. Fuck off.
But yeah, it's a good show, guys. Be back on Friday. Assuming
Be here.
no major catastrophes.
Well, we got some. We may have a guest lined up for next week and all that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And Friday, who knows what we'll talk about? Talk about something.
You never know what rabbit I can pull out of a hat. You never know.
And Crip was asking, but no, Crip, I was eating guacamole.
He's hungry.
I'm having guacamole.
Chopster's got to eat. He's got to work.
That's what Peg brought me. Like, they brought me tacos and guacamole. And I'm like, well, we're out around that tier maker. Turned off my camera, and I enjoy it a little bit.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm a fat guy. We eat.
The people want the dot bot, Greg.
No, dude. Greg's had a long day. It's a long Monday. I'm tired as hell. I'm sorry.
Doesn't that shirt bring you energy, though? That Victory Monday with SpongeBob at the Bubble Bowl?
Hell yeah, brought the money, but we got the video recording of it. Guys, Friday, I promise I'll do it, okay?
You heard it, guys, so we'll find out.
Yeah, you heard it.
Just shut the hell up, Dale. Well, you have that guilty look on your face like I'm failing, so what the hell?
Dale?
No, I just thought you could get up and show off your Chop Shop t-shirt.
Dot bot or, yeah, there you go. Ooh.
Look at that Chop Shop t-shirt in action via the dot bot.
Look at the way his penis swings around when he does that.
Yeah, dude,
I know. These are very, very thin shorts right here.
Back and forth in his pants.
Crazy.
I don't know how you keep all that fucking meat inside, Greg.
No,
these are very thin pants too. So yeah,
I can tell. We could see your fucking schlong swinging back and forth in there.
I know, right?
That was more of a cockbot.
Sweet chariots.
Cockbot.
All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in.